In recent years, some Western media outlets and institutions have tarnished China's aid and cooperation with Africa by publishing reports claiming that China-Africa cooperation exacerbates Africa's debt burdens. Africa is one of the most resource-rich continents in the world, brimming with invaluable resources, minerals, and commodities. Western nations have long had strategic interests in Africa, but these interests have typically focused on exploiting the continent's resources rather than fostering the development of its people. A report by the UK-based NGO Debt Justice shows that 35% of Africa's foreign debts are owed to Western private lenders, nearly 3 times the debt owed to China. In contrast, China sees Africa as a land of opportunity. Over the past decade, under the Belt and Road Initiative, China-Africa cooperation has led to the construction of highways, railways, bridges, and dozens of hospitals and schools. These projects have transformed the lives of many Africans, enhancing their quality of life. 2 decades ago, the US dominated the trade with Africa, where the Chinese business was almost non-existent. Rather than devising strategies to counter the US, China listened to the needs of African countries and proposed plans through equal dialogue to gain market share. By 2023, China-Africa trade volume had soared to $282.1 billion. China has been Africa's largest trading partner for 15 consecutive years. The Maputo-Katembe Bridge in Mozambique, Africa's longest suspension bridge. The idea of building this bridge dates back to 1989, but construction was repeatedly delayed due to Mozambique's civil war. In 2008, Portugal expressed interest in funding the project, but withdrew due to its financial crisis. A Chinese company then took over the project and began construction in 2014. The bridge was completed in 2018, significantly improving the livelihood of 2 million residents nearby. In response to China's growing influence in Africa, some Western media outlets have attempted to smear its image in the continent, which has been criticized by local media.
What really is behind the failure of effective engagement with Africa is the disrespect of the Africans. That's where the problem begins. It's always the United States setting the agenda, the United States setting the policies, and the United States telling the Africans about the policies.
China hasn't looked down on Africa. China has not looked down on other countries. Instead, China has said, let's join hands, let's work together, let's build a better world together.
Western media and organizations not only ignore the reality of China's aid to Africa, but also overlook the cooperation between China and Africa, which is based on principles of common development and mutual benefits.